Hello, Hoosiers. Welcome to the Lieutenant Governor's Fireside Chat with legislators. And we have today with us Senator Raatz from Richmond. He is an incredible leader in the Senate. I get to work with him a lot as president of the Senate, but we are so grateful that you are here with us. And just for those that are listening, how is session different during COVID-19 than before?
It has been incredibly different. We have given ourselves in the Senate a bill limit, which generally in the long session we have none, but we imposed one ourselves, just knowing the complexity of social distancing and all the other things. And so I guess probably the easiest way to say it is just like teachers, just like everybody that has had to deal with COVID-19, we've had to be flexible and create things that didn't exist before in order to make it through. And I think we're doing a good job. Everybody's been flexible and we're moving in the right direction.
Well, I want to come back to that, but before I do that, how did you become a public servant? What kind of motivated you to be a senator and represent people?
It's a deep question. I always had a desire to serve people in one fashion or form in all my life, and have, whether it be in the sales industry in automotive in Michigan or in Indiana in serving teenagers and then in a classroom setting or administratively. So I probably had a 20-year desire to serve publicly, and the incumbent senator was retiring and the seat opened up, and we ran on a long shot and worked very hard, and most of the time we had no clue what we were doing, but we always were looking for the next step, and we won the primary, and now we're serving the 7th year.
Well, I'm a big believer that things happen for a reason. What's meant to be is meant to be. And
Sure.
I am glad that you are where you are, because you're such an incredible champion for education here in the state of Indiana. And when you originally talked in your opening remarks about being flexible during this session, schools have had to be flexible, haven't they? And that's kind of created some problems that now you're addressing with your bill that you have, dealing with virtual learning and with schools being fully funded. Can you?
Sure. Well, existing law would have cut school districts if the students got over a certain percentage of their education being delivered virtually, would have cut their funding by 15%. And so the governor, I think, very early on, the state board actually changed in the fall of 20, and then it was up to the General Assembly to address it when we hit the ground running in January, or where we are now. So for the most part, everybody agrees 100% that we should do it, even if we disagree on the amount of virtual education. We look at school districts and know that they've set their budgets, and generally speaking, they probably cost them more to function, and so it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so we follow through on it.
So you're an incredibly hard-working senator, probably one of the hardest working, and I know you pride yourself on that, but what do you do in your spare time? I mean, to relax and to kind of decompress from,
Sure.
All the stress of being a senator.
That's an interesting question. And so I have a couple of different things I do personally. I have a coaching company, a business coaching company, and I also, a small company I do myself, and then I also have an insurance license, so I dabble in that as well. So I'm pretty universal in things, and I love my family. My wife and I are recent empty nesters, and so we really enjoy it when the kids want to come back and spend time with us, and so that's a focal point for us now as well. And then I like to golf, and so that takes up about most of it.
A golfer, and certainly golf has been a safe kind of activity, during COVID. And
Sure.
So I know that a lot of people are golfing, my husband included. I said he golfs a lot, but he never gets any better. So
Probably share that sentiment. Yeah.
you know what, if I had to tell people something about myself that they didn't know, I would tell them that I weight train, I do yoga, and I love hot stuff, so I grow and can my own jalapenos, habaneros, and ghost peppers.
Wow.
But what can we learn about you that maybe people don't know that would be interesting?
Boy, I don't know. I'm probably a pretty boring individual when it comes to certain things. I've learned to like hot stuff. I'd be interested in trying some of the hot things that you can. That is a point I like. I enjoy hunting still, so I do that often. And honestly, look for opportunities to sow into young people's lives along the way that may not be as fortunate as other kids. And so from a role model figure, that's one of my goals and something that I focus on and try to identify. But it's a one-on-one thing, that I really enjoy doing that. I don't have a lot of time for it, but when I do, I like to engage and sow in other people's lives, help them rise up to their potential.
Preparing our future leaders in Indiana,
Absolutely.
what you are doing. And we are blessed to have Senator Raatz with us today, a true leader and champion, preparing future leaders for Indiana.